Hello, everyone, and welcome to Travel Talk Live. My name is Charlie Grace. I'm your host today. We're going to have a really interesting show today, and I'm really excited about this because we're going to talk all about RV overnights. There's a lot of tips and tricks you need to have in your camping toolbox, and this is one of those things we need to talk about. So there are lots of different memberships that you can get these days and decide where you want to go and how you want to do it. But we're going to talk specifically about RV overnights tonight, and we're going to give you a sneak peek behind the curtain because we're going to look at the app and see what you think. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to leave this pinned in the comments as well as in the description so you guys can take a look at it. If this is something that you like, fantastic. Personally, I have a membership myself. I've used it. I loved it. And I can talk exactly about my experience. And it's been a fantastic, thing to have. So let's get to it. Let's see who we have in the chat tonight as we are here live. I love having our friends here. It's so much fun. So we're going to say hi to our friends real quick. Stanley's here. Thank you, Stanley. The Broken Nomad. Thank you so much for being here. Johnny Lightning. Hey, busy day. That's right. Lots of stuff is going on. Broken Nomad is like, I've spent a few nights in my RV. Do I qualify? Absolutely. Absolutely, buddy. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen. And this is really important, guys, because there are lots of memberships out there. And let me see if I can get this correctly here. I've only been doing this a few years, right? You think I get this done? There we go. Okay. So when you go to RVOvernights.com, here's what it's going to take you to. You're going to go on your desktop. Okay. You can do it on your phone too, but it's better to do it on your desktop. I'm showing you the desktop app right now. And you're going to sign up. And then when you do it, it's going to immediately take you to these awesome filters that we're going to look at. But let's take a look at the homepage just before and so you guys know what's going on. So let's do a little talking about price because price is always the biggest thing people ask about. Right now, they're launching for $29.99 a year. Okay, that is unheard of. Really amazing price for what you're going to get. So a lot of these camping memberships are sometimes $80, $90, $150 on up. So this is a really good deal, guys. That's why I want to talk about this a little bit here, okay? So you can buy your membership now. You can browse a sample of host locations, and we're going to take a look at some of these tonight, guys. We're going to look at, we're going to plan a little route and just see what you think and go from there. And then, of course, they're just showing you that they've got it on the desktop and the mobile. And if you're like me and you travel, you know you got to have the app. So it's fantastic, and I love it, and I've used it. All right. So if you are a person, a small business, and you're interested in becoming a host, let us know. We'd love to connect you because they're adding more and more and more hosts all the time. And there's lots of ways of doing that. You could just send me a little message and we'll get over there. You can also just go on RVOvernights.com and I'm sure they'll talk to you too. But they're really host centric. And that's really what it's all about is finding great places for us to stay overnight, to have a fantastic experience and promote small businesses in the process. I think that's fantastic. Okay, let's go back here. So nationwide host coverage, fantastic. They also have dump stations. And if you're like me and you're boondocking, whatever, you got to sort of find a place to dump your black tank. That's super handy. They also have propane fill stations. So if you're looking for a place, I know I was boondocking earlier this year and it was super cold and I ran out of propane. I desperately needed that. Really cool. So so this is really like the game changer of what it's like. So we're going to go through and talk about some of the filters that they have. We're going to talk about some of the benefits that come in on top of the membership, which is nice, and really cool messaging tools. So when you want to message your host, I'm running a little late, or oh my gosh, I'm going to be there a little earlier. It's fantastic. And I did do that with my last host, which is really cool. And this is what the map sort of looks like, but we'll go into that just a little bit. But you'll see they have wineries and farms. Distilleries, cidery. So if you like cider, there you go. Breweries, barbecue joints. I do love me some barbecue. Restaurants and roadhouses, non-for-profits. That's really cool. Museums, mom and pop RV shops. I think that's a neat way of looking at it. Amusement parks, animal rescues. You know me, love the animal rescues. Churches, golf courses, and yeah, that's just really cool how they've got this all laid out. So we'll go through some of the frequently asked questions in a little bit, but right now, let me stop sharing my screen and let's see who has joined us real quick and say hi to our friends coming in right now because I see She Devil is here. Hey, She Devil, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Here we go. Shh, don't tell CG I'm here. Oh, you're here. I see you, RVDJ, and thanks for being here. This is cool. Hey, Jim, how are you? Thanks so much. This is going to be a really interesting, show to go through because I really want to show you guys the behind the scenes and let you know how this whole thing works because people keep asking me, what's the difference between this and this? I love this one. for so many reasons. Okay, let me go back to share my screen, and I can see you when you come in. It's fun. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's go to a dashboard. So I've logged in. Okay. Make sure you guys can see this. Yeah. Welcome back, Charlie. So here's your home screen. Here's what it looks like. Okay. So we're going to go from left to right just so you guys can see. If you want to put in an area or you search by state, by city, or by host name, very handy if you happen to know what that is. I just cleared my search because I was looking actually in Murphy, North Carolina. There are benefits that I talked about before when you join, and let's talk about those a little bit. So when you join, you also get these benefits and offers, and I love that. So everything from air skirts, snap pads, wholesale warranties, Lion Energy, RV Trip Wizard, Toss and Tens, CoachNet, lots of really cool things that you actually could use. Connect 10 for AirNet. I'm going to do a show on that too, guys. We're going to do a whole AirNet discussion. They'll be coming up soon. Quick Set Shelters, RV Lock, full-time families, and I'm sure they're going to add more to this too. So once again, benefits on top of benefits. That's what we like to see, right? All right, here we go. So right now, I have 0 locations. I don't have any unread messages. I don't have any pending reviews, but I do have one favorite, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, here's what's great. Ready for this? My reviews, I've given a 5-star, and my stays are 100%. This is really cool. This is my score. This is something I want to know about me. So we talked about the different kinds of places that you could stay, and you can filter those. Let's take a look at some of these filters, shall we? So we can talk about the specific things, but let's get into rig length. If you are a big rig, okay, you've got a lot of stuff to think about, 45 foot plus, that's really hard to find places. So you want to make sure we put in those filters. I'm a small rig. I have a lot of options. Bigger rigs, we feel your pain. We feel your pain. I have a friend coming in the Nashville area and she's looking for someplace. So here are some of the host amenities that they also, certain places offer, which is pretty cool. So tours, really nice. Storefront with merchandise and goods for sale. Fire pits. Food or restaurant on premises. Personally, one of my favorites because, if I'm going to go, the idea behind this is 1, you pay your camping membership, but 2, you are supposed to support the local businesses that you're staying at. So, it's nice to go. You're going to probably buy some merchandise or have a beer and some pizza or a beer and burger while you're there, something of that nature. Make a donation at these non-for-profits or animal shelters. We're going to pay it forward. And that's part of the process as we do these camping memberships. So not only do you pay your camping membership, but you also then, of course, I don't want you to use the word tip, but you donate and you contribute to the host while you're there. Okay, let's keep going. So food delivery is available, like that one, tasting experiences, farm standard produce available. Well, last one I went to, they had farm fresh eggs, which were amazing. Hiking trails, very cool. Bike trails from riding, always nice. Fishing available for all my fishing friends. Love that. Kayaking. Laundry available. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Wouldn't that be great if laundry was available every place? Pickleball courts. Never tried it, but it's on my list. Temporary RV storage parking. Good to know. And live music. Ooh, who doesn't want to go see live music? Now, if you travel with pets like I travel with pets, I specifically always put the filter on. I just click on it. Here's my filter, pets allowed. So I need to know where I'm going. My dog is allowed to go too. So we'll put that on there. And if you are a person who really likes your air conditioning and you need a generator, this is important too. So generators allowed 24/7. There are places like that. Some places are generators only allowed till 10 p.m., which is pretty cool, and no generators allowed. And you can understand that. Everyone's got their own ideas. Now, you also can look for places that have electrical hookups. Just want to plug in for the night. Water fill available. Dump stations, slide outs. Outdoor cooking is allowed. That's sort of a touchy subject on some of these places I've stayed out. If you don't click that filter, they may not allow you to cook outside. They may want to keep it a little more low key. I love this one. Stay additional nights. You're on the road to someplace, but you just need a break for like a couple days and you just had a hard time driving. I love this one. And Wi-Fi available. Now, check in until, this is what I think is cool. You can check in until, you can give a time frame. I love that. And then and some that are accepting same day requests. So maybe you're on the road and you're in Indiana and you thought you're going to get to Ohio, but it doesn't look like it. So you need to find a place to stay tonight. You can do that too. So really cool filters. Love, love, love the filters. That's really cool. I'm going to clear them all though so we can talk about this. So while we're looking at this, I'm going to go back to our chat And I want to see if we have any questions, because as we have questions, I'm going to try to go through and answer them for you to the best of my ability. Okay. So RVD just like, dang, I didn't hide well enough. Sorry, I caught you. What can I say? Air skirts. So air skirts are really cool. They're actually inflatable, like balloon, very durable situations where they can go under your rig and keep the air from going up. It's actually a really, really interesting product, and I've watched them and heard all about them. There's Northwoods RV Life. Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a great time. Um, do they have a filter for those kind of those who snore kindly, thunderously? Weather is an issue. But I don't know about the snoring. We can talk about that. Oh my goodness, our friends, the Gonzo Book, are here. Hey, from Lebanon, PA. Here's $2 for coffee. We appreciate that so much, and we're going to probably look for coffee shops on this tutorial and review. So that'll be really cool. Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. And just a quick heads up, we are going to be doing a behind the scenes sneak peek after this tutorial and review. So this live stream is going to go directly over there. So for some of my regulars that are here watching this, just to let you guys know, once we're done with this, we'll go over there and we'll do all our behind the scenes fun. We'll talk over there, which is cool. All right. And Broken Nomad already wants coffee. I understand. Okay, guys, let's keep going. All right. So you can see here on the map all of these amazing places. Now, more and more and more places are being added. So that's the first thing you need to know, because some people will say, well, my RV membership has, I'll just pick a number, 2,000 locations. That's possible. And this RV location, they have different types of locations. So honestly, I have lots of different memberships for lots of different reasons. And this one, I know they're getting more, and I'm very happy with them. I'm happy the way it's being run, and I'm also happy with the price. So that's important when you start talking about how much money you spend on these things, because we spend a lot of money on camping. This is really cool. And I see our friend Thrifty Angela came in. Hey, thanks for being here. Okay, let's go back. Let's talk about this. Okay, so we looked at the filters. Let's take a look at planning a route. Now, you can just decide if you want to say, I'm going to scroll in here. Ready? Let me get off that. I'm just going to you can scroll out or you can scroll in. And I'm going to go down here to Tennessee because, I love me some Tennessee. So if you're in the Tennessee area, looks like they have a golf course, an awesome winery in Pulaski, Tennessee. Looks like we've got, Short Mountain Distillery. Love Short Mountain Distillery. If you guys want to go there sometime, one of my favorites and a fantastic place to go to. Here we have a little farm in Elora, Tennessee. Really, really cool. So you can decide, which one you want to go to, but I'm going to actually plan a route, and I want to let you guys see where I'm going to do this. So I'm going to plan a route from Cincinnati, Ohio. I can do this right. Cincinnati. And I have a lot of friends who are snowbirds, and they go all the way down to Miami. So let's go down to Miami, Florida. Here we go. So as you can see on the map, it's got my route picked out, and I can choose host locations within 50 miles, 55. I can go further if I want to go further out, depending on how much I want to go off of my route. Okay, I'm going to just keep it down to we'll say 60 miles. Okay, let me zoom in and let's take a look here. So typically, when I'm driving, I'm going to start looking and looking at a little further. And let's take a look. I do love me a good brewery. Let's see. This is let's take a look. Let's open this up. It says it takes up to a 45-foot rig, which is fantastic. It's in Winchester, Kentucky. Fantastic. So it gives you some pictures as to what it looks like, where you might be parking, which I always like that when it gives you a good idea for this. It says it has one space and no additional nights are allowed. And they normally respond to your request within an hour, which is pretty cool. It tells you a little bit about the brewery and where they are and what they do. It says there's not a preferred check-in time. However, they don't open until 3 p.m. and staff will not be available until then. It's really cool. It says there's a long grassy strip to the left, our building along the ADA ramp that is flat and generally the best place to set up. Fantastic. They give you links to the host itself or the website, their social medias, and it tells you all the amenities. So this one, you can have generators, slide outs. There's food here. Once again, beer and pizza. Fantastic. Live music and pets are allowed. So if you want to stay here, let's take a look at this. I'm going to also tells you the weather right now, what's going on over there. And if you want to look at other days, what's the weather like then? Look at this, guys. I love this. So if I wanted to stay there this Friday, I would know, well, it's going to be about 60 degrees. I better, prepare. Today, it's 73 with light rain. I love this. I love how they have the weather there. Okay. Items available at the brewery. So this is cool. So you could do a guided tour for $10. Really nice. You can get a whole bundle of swag if you want for $50 for RV overnight accounts, which is cool. You get a sticker, a shirt, a 6-pack of beer for choice, a hat, retail value of 65, and you get it for 50. How cool is that? All right. Now it's going to go through. It's going to tell you exactly on the map where it is, which I love. So then you can scroll in, scroll out, and see exactly. I want to see it from a satellite image. Look at the streets around, see what I can find, because maybe I want to stay there, and then next morning I want to go someplace else. Maybe I want to go to La Trattoria for breakfast or dinner the next night. Who knows? So it's really cool. Let me keep going down here, and here we have more information on Google, so you can look at that way. Now, this is what I really, really, really like. So when you go places as RVers, when we boondock, we love to put reviews up and love to take pictures. It's all about the pictures, guys. So make a good review and let us know what is something that you really liked about it. Was there an issue, anything like that? So here it says, the restaurant/bar is a great addition to the community of Winchester, Kentucky. Look at that. Winchester's only brewery, one of the best hangout spots in town, featuring the best food trucks. Very cool. So you can see all the reviews and go from there. So I always recommend reading the reviews before you make a reservation. Now let's go and we'll take a look and pretend we're going to make a reservation. And you can see what's available. I'm just going to pick a night like the 13th, and we're going to request a stay. Now, when you request a stay, here's what's going to happen. Okay. You're going to say, pick a parking spot. And if they have multiple parking spots, you'll pick that. They only have one parking spot. You're going to need to look at the directions as to what they want, and they're very specific. Clean up after yourself and your pets, meaning don't leave trash. You're going to need to agree to terms and conditions. There's a 3 strikes policy. So let's talk about that. Someone asked me about 3 strikes policy. Okay. Member guidelines. Now, all members must be self-contained, no tents of any kind. Okay, that's really important. Okay, you must have an approved stay from the host. You can't just show up and pretend, oh, I've got a reservation. You got to do that. 3, you need to support your host, because all hosts open up their businesses to our members at no cost. However, the suggestion is supporting them with a minimum of a $30 purchase, okay, which is pretty easy. And if you go places, these are unique experiences, guys. Sometimes you get really cool farms, and when else could you just stay at a brewery parking lot and have a great evening, right? You need to follow all the host procedures while you're on site, and every host has specific check-in and check-out policies. So you need to respect those schedules as well. Once again, leave no trace. You must keep insurance in accordance with the state and provincial laws. So if you don't have insurance for your vehicle, you got to have that. And of course, RV Overnights reserves the right to remove any member for the program if they violate those terms. Okay. So 3 strikes, what this means is the host locations have limited availability and make accommodations to expect your arrival. When you cancel last minute or no show, it hurts the host and other members. The host loses out on a guest and sales for the night, and other members lose out on a place to stay. For this reason, this is why they have a 3 strike policy. More than 3 last minute cancellations or no shows will result in a review of your membership account to determine if your membership will be revoked. So this is important. Things happen. They do. Sometimes your rig breaks down. Who knows what, you got stuck in traffic, whatever it might be. If you're communicating really well with your host, that's what matters the most. So communicate with your host. They've got these really fantastic messaging systems, and that happens. So let's see if we make questions real quick. Oh, Charlie, you need to share the screen you're referring to. Sorry, guys. I was stuck on another screen. I am definitely going to, let me stop sharing. Let me find that real quick, because it's really important, and I'll put that up there, because most of these things, when you go through and you wonder, well, what if I don't want to do this? Or what if, who's going to care? Who's going to know? Well, they're going to care. They're going to know. So it's important that you guys support these and go from there. But 3 strike policy, guys. Remember, just make your reservation and go from there. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right. Do we have any questions right now in the chat? Let's take a look at this. I know we've got some other things going on. Everyone's saying hi. Looks like everyone's getting their Dunkin' Donuts for the night. So thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's keep going. Let me share my screen again, and let's get the right screen this time, shall we? I love that. Let's see what we got here. Let me go back here. There we go. All right. So when you're requesting a stay, you guys can see this. This is important. That's better. Thank you, Jim. See, I always know someone's got my back. When you're requesting a stay, this is what it looks like. You're going to see all this pop up and be very specific as to what you want. Okay. So let me go back to, we talked about the 3 strikes policy, and you're going to need to say that you've done all these. It's important. Now, send your host a message about your stay request. So if all you want to say is, I want to hang out, I want to go boondocking at this location, say that. However, if you're a person like me and says, well, I'm typically coming, I may not be there till 5 p.m., or I travel with a dog and I'm in a camper van and I'm 21 feet long, whatever you want to say that, and then you click submit request. As soon as you submit your request, I think we just mentioned that the host said that they would get back to you within about a couple hours. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love this. And of course, if you really like it, you can add it to your favorites and go from there. So I'm going to go back to home. Make sure you guys can see this. There we go. All right. Oops, which one are we seeing? There we go. Okay, that one. Okay, here we go. And we're going to talk about some of the things that I've actually been to. So I want to show you one of the places I've been to so you guys can have a really good idea of where this is. So I'm going to go to, let's see, messages. Nope, stay request, upcoming stays. I don't have any upcoming stays yet because I'm putting together a big trip, which I love. Let's see, upcoming stays. Let's go with history. All right, we're going to talk about specifically when you stay at a place, this is what's going to happen in your history or in your stay request. It's going to open up a new screen, okay? And the new screen will let you know, where you've been and what you've done. I'm going to pick on, this is the Travel Tech RV Repair and Campground in Murphy, North Carolina. Now, I was just there in May. I was there May 8th to May 9th, which is fantastic. Told me exactly what I needed to do. They asked specifically if you couldn't be there to cancel within at least 24 notice to comply with the cancellation no-show policy. Got that. And this place was amazing. So, they already had some items that you could buy, like a little storefront with farm fresh eggs and other things. They also had full hookups. Now, that's important. I want you to hear this. Ready? Electrical hookups, water, and a dump station. You can't get any better than that. Everything was fantastic. And Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi was there. So there's actually it's a travel tech that lives there. And if you have any issues with your rig, they can also hook you up with that, which is pretty cool. So I met another person that was staying there, and I think they've got, I want to say 6 sites, if I'm not mistaken. They've got quite a few sites. So if you're ever in Murphy, North Carolina, like on your way to the Blue Ridge Mountains, just hanging out, wanting to go to the Ocoee and go river rafting or something like that, this is a fantastic place. And I'm definitely going to go back sometime. So it's always nice to keep those in your favorites and go from there. All right. So, question. Does the link include your toad or just the coach? Maybe you can specify. Great question. So the length would be probably including your toad. They have 45 foot plus, but I think originally they were looking to just do RV space. So RV space plus, but I think I would write that in the comments to let them know ahead of time as to what, like it's 45 feet or 40 feet plus, plus I've got a Jeep or something of that nature. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Erin Jemison. Good to see you. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I will let you know. So let's talk about my experience so far. So I purchased it. I like it. I've used it. And their check-in policy is interesting. So they gave me like a QR code and said, click on this when you have arrived, which was pretty cool. So then the person knows I'm there for some reason, they're out of town or something like that. Their check-in policy is a little different, and I'm totally down with that. I love the fact that you're able to, it'll give you suggestions if you don't know what to do or what to tip them, like if it's an animal rescue or a not-for-profit or something like that. Not everything has merchandise. Not everything has food. And I typically go to places that offer food if I can, because that makes more sense. So as an RVer, I don't need to buy a lot of stuff per se, unless I get it for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. I've been known to do that, which is fun. Like if you get handmade soaps or even some textile things, which is cool, I'll hold on to them and I'll give them away for gifts, which is fun. So any questions you guys can think of? I think this is just one of those moments where I wanted to make sure that I could share this with the community because a lot of people have been asking about this. And I think I'm going to start sharing more of these apps and programs. And then if you have any other questions later, feel free to email me. You can always go to charliegraceadventures.com, or you can email me at contact@charliegraceadventures.com and leave me a message and go from there. So there are also, just to give you a little heads up here, there are not just the website, but there are Facebook groups. Of course, there's a Facebook group. So RVOvernights has a Facebook group, and you can see what some people are talking about, where they've been, what they're looking for. Here we go. Another awesome stop. We love Pigs Mine Brewery, beautiful brewery, amazing beer, great staff, and perfect parking. We would definitely stay again. Look at that. Awesome. Well, it looks like an amazing flight of beer there too. need suggestions on different things. You can talk not just about places you go, but maybe things that are happening. It's really cool to have people give their experiences and what they're looking for. Oh, here we go. There should be a sympathy card for having to go back to work after a camping trip. Absolutely. So I'll drop the link for the Facebook group in the chat, and that way you guys can check it out. And if you want to join, fantastic. And I think we should all see what we like about it. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and your reviews on some of these places because I'm going to be checking out quite a few of them. For those of you who don't know, I'm taking a big trip going up north and around some more Great Lakes, and actually heading all the way to Maine. So I'm going to the furthest northest point of the United States. I've been to the southernmost point. Now it's time to go to the tippy top of the most north point. So I have enjoyed doing this with you guys. I think this is really cool. And if there is another program or another app that you find interesting that you would like to share with our RV community and travel community, let me know and we'll talk about it. This is really cool. So She Devil's got a question. How long have they been around? So I heard about them last September at the Hershey RV show. And that's when they were like doing a soft launch. So they're relatively new, but they're growing. And I mean, they're really growing. So at a rapid rate. So they're adding more and more and more sites. So I have no problem, bringing any thoughts that you guys have. I know you're building a bus, which is cool. So I'd like to find out, how they feel about bus life, RV versus bus life. Sometimes people get a little worried about that. I have no problem with it. I think my bus life people are pretty cool. Every time I meet a new schoolie person, I'm like, oh yeah, if you really understand it, if you get it, when you know, you know. Great questions, guys. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to take a short break, and we're going to go to the behind the scenes portion, which is really cool. So for those of you who are here, this live stream is going to go over to the behind the scenes, and we will see you there. So thank you much. Thank you everyone for being here. And if you have any questions, let me know. And until then, have a great day.